I have a question for you. Do you think that driving a truck is the same thing as driving a Mercedes-Benz or a BMW? Okay, answer that question and I will continue. All right then, I just want to share my experience with you when my company needed to hire engineers and what I saw or what I experienced from that. And then probably give one or two tips from what I learned from that scenario. So my company were looking for a Node.js developer because we were using Node. And then we had many people who applied. It seems like everybody knows Node. So many people applied. Now, these CVs will be reviewed by HR and some people, and they will forward them to me to look at it before the interview is scheduled. And then I saw a lot of people that received, kudos. Oh, this person is a good candidate. This person is a good candidate. But at the end of the day, though, something was sticking out, which was that some of these people, they have experience in other programming language for some years. But then the main programming language that we use, I would call programming languages tools because to me, they are just tools. There's a tool for a particular job. Now, these people, I would say, my fellow engineers who applied for this particular role. Now, I see that they have a lot of experience that in these other programming languages. But then you will see that somebody will have like less than a year experience in Node, maybe 1 year experience in Node. Some people might have like 2 years. We're looking for something like 5 years back then. Now, what is exactly the problem with that? Because obviously they have a lot of experience in another programming language. They can just, catch up. They can just take them one week and they already know everything in Node. Okay, now here is the problem. The problem is not that, you have 1 year experience, you have 2 years experience, you don't use Node that much. But do you really understand what Node is doing? Or did you learn it because of the hype? Many times, some of us, for example, we take lessons on some programming, whatever, hype at that moment, just to know what's going on. For example, SolidJS. I've watched tutorials on SolidJS just because I kept hearing about SolidJS signals, how we're solving the problem with React, and I watched a tutorial. But besides that, I never wrote anything. I just felt, SolidJS just looks so much like React, But then I can't go and say, I write SolidJS because I just took that one video. Now, in this case here, we have these people who apparently they do very well with the programming language that they use a lot, but then not the one that we were looking for. Now, what did I discover? I discovered that for many of them, or all of them that I actually interviewed, they didn't really use the tool that we are using, which we specifically said, we need a Node.js developer. Now, why am I even making this video in the first place? I'm making this video in the first place because why would you apply for a job when you know that you're not competent in the basic tools that is being used? Let's say we are using Hammer in our company, and you know how to use Cutlass very well. Do you think we would hire you because you know how to use Cutlass very well? No. They are both tools, yes. At the end of the day, though, when questions start coming up, okay, tell me about your experience with Node. You will hear something like, last time I used Node, I was in university. Now, that is not exactly what they said. I'm just making that up. But that's the kind of response you get. Because somebody will be like, I used Node maybe 4 years ago. That was the last time I used Node. I'm like, what? 4 years ago? Okay, a lot of things have changed in Node. Let's talk about Node. Tell me, what is this? What is that? How do you solve this kind of problem? And this person is unable to answer. And then there is this response that some would give, which is, those things are not important. What is important is give me something that I want to do and I will deliver. Yes. Sometimes we need you to deliver, but sometimes we need a meaning to what you are doing. We want to know that you understand the technology that you are using. We just don't want you to use it. To just come, maybe use some AI to just provide a solution for us. No. We needed somebody who understands. We are not at the stage where we just want to hire somebody to just work. We need people who would take a problem understand it, formulate a solution before they even start coding. Not somebody who just takes, oh, give me the problem, I want to write code. No, we are not interested in people who just want to chunk out code. No, we need a solution. So at that time, though, we couldn't hire these people. And, it's something that just keep ringing in my head, because I remember one person, when we were asking questions, internals of Node, since you write Node, we don't discriminate. We don't care whether it's 10 years. Since you already have an experience with other programming language, we just, okay, if you have an experience with other programming language, then you obviously write Node, because, it's easy. Node is simple. Node is very, very easy. But at the end of the day, though, we found out that some people cannot answer internal questions. Then I had this person, one special candidate, and I remember that person because of this. This candidate was just like, no, this interview is not helping me. This is not productive. And then he leaves the call. It was surprising to me, because I was like, oh, we're just talking about Node. Just talking about simple things like event emitter, Node modules, child process, cluster, and all that. And you can't even talk about this basic Node modules. But then you just want us to give you code to write. So at the end of the day, though, we didn't hire them in the first place, because we didn't even get about to these people that I'm talking about. In the sense of like, oh, we're hired, we are moving on with somebody else. But what I'm picking up from that is that as engineers, we should not apply for a position that, one, you're not competent in. Two, do not put technologies that you don't understand in your CV. For example, if you don't know how to use Docker, don't put Docker in your CV because you watch one video. Watching one video does not mean that you don't know it. It's something that happens to me. When I was learning, I learned CSS in one video. I watched one video and I felt like, wow, I know CSS. But I didn't know anything. Until I was given a project to do, that is when I knew that, yes, I don't know CSS. Because something that people would do in 2 hours, it would take me 3 weeks. And I will still be struggling with it. But at the end of the day, though, remember, don't put technologies that you cannot defend in your CV. Anything I want to put your CV, make sure that you can defend it. And also, if you know that you have a lot of experience in this particular programming language, and you have few experience in this, then be ready to defend it. Because if I am looking for a Java developer, for example, and you're a C# developer, and you have maybe 1 year experience and 8 years experience in C#, you don't expect me to be asking you C# questions. I would ask you questions on Java. I would also accommodate that you use your experience in C# to answer me. But then, you don't expect me to say, oh, because you know C#, then you already know Java. It doesn't work that way. It didn't work like that for me. I know that for my candidate, unfortunately, even though there might be awesome developers in their primary tools. But then, the tools that we were using at that time was not their primary tool. Now, if you have watched up to this place and you are not yet subscribed, please subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, comment, tell me what you think about these things. Do you do it? Do you put technologies that you don't even have much experience in? You can't even defend it. You would have to do Google all the time into it before you are able to, do something reasonable. And then maybe you need a lot of hand holding. Somebody has to come and, oh, don't do it this way, don't do that, optimize, write test, comments. We are all learning. So it's just a phase that I passed through, and I just want to share it so that other people don't make that mistake, or don't get to go there and say, oh, I remember I wrote Pascal in my university. Maybe I should go put it in my CV that I know Pascal. Pascal, COBOL, Java, C#, Fortran. I wrote all those things. I even wrote them on paper. So maybe I should go add them to my CV. But yeah, that was just a joke. Tell me what you think about this video. I will see you in the next one. Bye.